All right, Carolyn misses 7 sacred truths. We are in internal power. I love you too, Jack. Level 5. The merging of the chakra of willpower, Vishuddha, the sacrament of confession, the Sephria of Hesed and Gevura. The power created by these 4 archetypal forces transmits into our system the sacred truth, surrender personal will to divine will. This surrender is the greatest act we can perform to bring spiritual stability into our lives. Every one of us has some awareness that we were born for a specific purpose, that life contains a divine plan. The 5th chakra is the center for that awareness and for our desire to make contact with that divine plan. As we mature, we all try to build our lives according to our will. First, we separate from our parents and we establish our independence and we seek a career. Then inevitably some event or crisis occurs. Perhaps an occupation doesn't unfold according to plan, or a marriage doesn't work out, or an illness develops. Regardless of the specific crisis, we find ourselves in a situation that forces us to confront the limitations of our own inner resources that prevent us from successfully completing our plans. Once we are in that inevitable situation, we ponder some questions. What am I meant to do with my life? What is the purpose of me being born? These questions, quest ions, set the stage for aligning with our will to the divine plan, the most profound choice we can make. That one choice made in faith and trust allows divine authority to enter our lives and reorder our struggles in successes and our wounds into strengths. While we may not consciously desire to surrender our personal will to divine authority, we are sure to encounter numerous opportunities to do so. An incentive to make that choice lies in the life stories and life struggles of people who experienced nothing but pain and failure until they said, God, you take it. I can't do it anymore. Extraordinary acts of synchronicity then fill their lives, and new relationships their hearts. I have yet to meet a person who ever regretted saying to the divine, it's all yours. Symbolically, the sacrament of confession communicates to our systems the knowledge that is against our natural design to distort the truth. Lying is a violation of both body and spirit because the human energy system identifies lies as poison. Spirit and body alike require honesty and integrity to thrive. For that reason, we inherently need to rid ourselves of all distortions that we have created. Confession is symbolic of purging all that is not honorable within us. It heals the damage we create by the misuse of our willpower. Cleansing the spirit is the most essential step in the healing process. In psychological spiritual healing programs, such as the 12-step programs, confession and surrender of a personal will to a greater power than oneself are the very basis of success. Psychotherapy, too, is a contemporary secular form of confession. Confession retrieves the spirit from the authority of the physical world and redirects it into the divine world. From the Sephira of Hesed, meaning greatness and love, we receive the natural instinct and the spiritual directive to speak in ways that do not harm others. Communication using this quality of energy is effortless. We violate it and poison ourselves when we do not speak the truth. Indeed, we must not confess our wrongdoings to others if doing so will hurt them further. We are meant to confess so that we can redirect our own energy into positive actions and behaviors and release ourselves from the burden of negative and guilt-inducing emotions. We are not designed to be critical of others or ourselves. We think ill of others out of fear only. To release words that hurt others contaminates both the person and ourselves, and our physical body holds us responsible for this form of destruction. In Buddhism, it's called the precept of right speech. Our inborn knowledge of responsibility generates the guilt we often feel from our negative acts, which is why we are compelled to seek confession in order to heal. The Sephira of the Gevura, meaning judgment and power, transmits into our energy systems the awareness that we should never intentionally judge another person or ourselves negatively. Negative judgments create negative consequences, both in the body and in the external environment.